What's up? It's your boy Ontoneyo, Southwest Alliance, Denver, Colorado. You know, we trying to stay tapped in with the streets. So I got a legend
Right.
in the building. I got Khujo Goodie, Goodie Mob. What's happening, bro?
Yo, 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 what the business is, home team. How you doing up there, bro?
You know, we staying rolled up and maintaining, at all
I see.
times in the
All
Mile High
times, man.
City. We put the high in the Mile High City.
Man, I can't wait to come back out that way, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Dank Committee out there, man.
Oh
And
yeah,
my
yeah,
folk
the
out
Dane
there,
Committee.
yeah. And my people out there in Lincoln Park and the rural, man. Shout out to all my folk out there, man.
That's what's up. So you obviously been touring and hitting cities for a long time. How old were you?
Yeah.
How old were you when the Goodie Mob first like took off?
You know what? I think I might have been maybe 25.
Word.
Maybe two, yeah,
Okay.
because so yeah, we was kind of seasoned. Goodie Mob was kind of some seasoned hood guys, you know what I
Right.
mean? Like
Okay.
Outkast was like 4 years younger than us, man. So yeah,
Right.
we had to get out of high school and all that stuff, man. It was about that time to go ahead and get our feet wet. So yeah, I could say about like 25, 26.
That's interesting. So like you guys had actually been putting in the work since high school, but it just wasn't what took off right away. It was the Outcast, the TLC, that type of stuff from Atlanta. Were you guys still like as those groups were taking off, were you guys still putting like work in the streets and how was that to watch the people around you kind of as you still putting the work in?
It was a learning process. You know what I mean? It was almost like a wait your turn type of thing down here in Atlanta. You know what I mean? Because you had people like Kilo, you had people like the Hard Boys, Sammy Sam, Shy D, Damage. All them people were on the radio way before Goodie Mob. You know what I mean? Way before Outkast was on the radio. If you really want to keep it
Okay.
1K, you feel me? So they were already. Them brothers was already beating the block up. It's just that it wasn't a major record label down here yet. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I say, man, it had to be the perfect timing, man, because once we got out of high school, we was working on our stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? Working on our craft. And then not too long later, back in 94, 95, we started recording the Mob record. So in between those years, you know what I'm saying, we was in the trenches, you know what I'm saying, making our mistakes, you know what I mean? Writing raps,
So a
doing
lot of
talent
y'all had
shows.
individual buzz already before you started recording together.
Well, I mean, if you want to say buzz, it was just that we was already working. You know what I mean? We were
Okay.
already doing like music in the streets. You know what I'm saying? We had already had groups. You know what I mean? Like Dip
Word.
was in
Yeah.
East Point Chain Gang. Me and Timo actually
So in
formed
the
Goodie
streets,
Mob.
y'all
You
was
know what I
hot
mean?
because the people knew about y'all.
Okay, yeah, yeah. So I mean, I tell you what, we had a couple of cassette tapes that once we was recording songs from the album, we had put them on cassette tapes, man. And like one of our homeboys that might go to school in FAMU or Statesboro might take the tape down there, man, and play the
That's what's
tape,
up.
man. All of a sudden, damn, who is that, man? I mean, cause shit, that's kind of like how I first heard UGK. My brother
Right.
brought the tape, brought the poster from Statesboro
Right.
down here in Georgia. You know what I mean? I'm like, damn, oh, that's who that is. So yeah, I mean, everybody was kind of making noise in the street. I mean, Jermaine Dupri, you know what I'm saying, with Chris Cross, them was my two little partners, you know what I mean? So
Okay.
everybody was just waiting their turn, man, to do what they do, man.
That's what's
And it
up.
got down to Dodger family, and it was our turn.
The reason I guess that's just important to me is that like being from like Denver or Phoenix or somewhere that's a smaller market, sometimes it's
Yeah,
just people don't understand the process of how much it really
yeah,
takes. They don't understand that someone like there isn't a label operating in your city that's giving people the right, opportunities and nothing like that. And so with someone like you who's been through it, it's like you have the insight. It's not like somebody, it's not hypothetical. You know what I'm saying? Like you've
right,
seen it from the
right,
beginning,
right,
from doing the back
right,
alley shows on you know what I'm
right,
saying, other people's beats to recording in the
right.
streets, to getting hot with other cats, to watching people above you get money, to then it trickling down, you know what I'm saying, make it happen for you where people in the markets I'm in, they just like, oh, they don't know what to do yet. And it's like you just gotta let the
Yeah.
market mature. You know what I'm
You're
saying?
right, man. I mean, look, we came out on an R&B record label.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like we had a few things that we was up against. You know what I mean? So,
Right.
but the good thing is that it wasn't nobody on the label like us, like Outkast or like Goodie Mob. You know what I
Right.
mean? So we just used that
You talking
that
about
shit to our
LaFace.
advantage.
LaFace,
Yeah,
right?
LaFace
Yeah,
Records.
okay.
Yeah, LaFace Records, man. So yeah, that was the catalyst, man, to let everybody know who the Goodie Mob was, bro.
That's dope. So I think people often like look at people like Goodie Mob or NWA or Wu Tang, you know what I'm saying, with a lot of group members, and they wonder how the fuck do you keep that all together? Not only touring and recording. Like,
Right, right.
tell us about some of the successes and struggles of having a group that has, a lot of members.
Well, the successful thing about it is that, you know what I'm saying, we all grew up together. So we knew each other, you know what I mean?
Right.
So
It's like
it
family
wasn't like
almost.
right. So it wasn't like we were strangers on those shit like that. You know what I mean? So the love is definitely there, man, because we wanted the same, all of us wanted the same goal, you know what I mean? Just and that's the shit to let people know that shit Atlanta has something to say, you know what I mean? So that was our main focus. And then as far as like the downside of being in the group is like um it's just really you got four people that got different perspective and they got different views, you know what I mean? So it's just that you got to respect each man's view, you know what I mean? Sometimes one member might not want to hear that shit today, you know what I mean? And then but still you got to be men and be respectful to where we can come back tomorrow and be like, you know what? I didn't see that shit the right way. You know what I mean? You know, you was right. You
Were
know what
there
I'm
a lot of
saying?
conversations like that? Like I feel like y'all seem like more like brothers, so it seemed like you could
Oh,
have those conversations. But
oh
even
yeah.
even when you have brothers, there's still, you
Oh
have a
yeah.
conversation, and you might need to take five, or y'all
Oh
might need to,
man, yeah, of
to
course.
get your
Of
issue real
course.
quick. You know what I'm saying?
Of course, man. I mean, yeah, that'll be fake if I was to say, oh man, that shit crispy clean, you know what I mean?
I mean,
Nah,
we know
man.
too. I mean, we know about
Yeah.
the one monkey don't stop no show and all that. So
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Well, that was a man. We was mad at everybody, bro. We was upset with everybody because here you go. We don't have a major record label no more. You feel me? So now it's like that was like our first independent record when we did that shit with Koch. You know what I mean? So,
right,
but shit, being young, man, you don't really see the ins and out. You just see the outside of shit. You know what I mean? So, but the good
right,
thing about it, like I say, man, we was kinfolk at the beginning. So it wasn't no issue to where it got to where if I pulled up on Gip or pulled up on CeeLo somewhere that it was on site. It was, it was
right.
never no
Because y'all
shit
was
like
like
that. You know
brothers.
what I mean?
You know, yeah,
And there wasn't no reason to do that. I mean, it's just it wasn't that serious. It was just that we needed to do that shit because that was a part of our career. That would have been a big ass gap
right.
in our career to where we didn't make no music. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, and
it's
I think I
already,
remember the streets really calling for some music at that time when you guys did
right,
drop that
right,
record. Like there was a
right,
long time
right,
where there was no Goodie Mob record. So
right,
when that came out, people were kind of excited to hear something. I was having
right.
a conversation with an Atlanta promoter earlier today. We was
Mm-hmm.
talking about this. I want you to shed some light on it. But we're talking about the difference between somebody who's signed to a label, like a
Mm-hmm.
label, and an independent,
Right,
and the difference between budgets and the way they operate and the things they can
right,
and can't do. And you've been
right,
through both. You know what I'm saying?
right,
So,
right, right.
talk about the difference, not only, money, but functionality wise, like how a label operates versus being independent.
With a label, man, like you said, it's definitely a budget difference. You feel what I'm saying? Definitely a budget difference. But it's also a freedom restriction too. You know what I mean? When especially opposed to a major record label being on an independent record label. You know what I mean? Because
Right.
on a major
And
record
you're
label, you
talking
might
about
have.
creatively. You're talking about creatively in
I'm
terms of the
talking about,
music.
yeah, creatively and as far as like being able to release music when you want to release music. You know what I'm saying? Like a major record label might have like 10, 15 artists on their record label. You know what I mean?
Right.
You might have an independent record label. They might have 3 on there. You know what I mean? But they got them busting. You know what I mean? And you got enough room to drop them. You know what I'm saying? During the year. You know what I mean? You got 3 that can come out in 1 year, and then you got a whole nother quarter right there where either you can do a compilation, do a whole bunch of creative shit with independent shit. I think so. You know what I mean?
Well, here, let's break that down because I think that people, we often say this, we hear this in interviews, you have more freedom. But what does that mean? Because I think people don't understand what you're talking about.
True
And
that.
I think that, and just to be clear, what we're talking about is that, look, when you have freedom because you're not dealing with 5 departments, with 6 people on each of those teams that need to meet with you all and approve before your cover art could come out. Or you could pick a date. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
How you want to market it is affected by the money and that system as well, right?
Right. That's true. That's true, man. Like you might drop on a major record label and your album might not do what they projected your record to do. And they see that, then they'll move on to the next artist.
Now you have no teams hitting you up.
Right. So now you got to sit on the bench and wait for your turn again. You know what I mean? So it's an artistic freedom too, to where you might say you don't have to worry about these people that's coming in and say, well, no, I think you should go with this. Like, oh, I think you should add this.
This record doesn't appealing to that demographic. Shit like that, right?
I mean,
That's not the right niche. Like these are terms that the record label uses to delay the process, so to speak. I don't want to say delay the process. It's like corporate just fucks up art. You know what I'm saying?
You're right. It's business, and business sucks, man. You know what I'm saying? Business is, I mean, people say you got to make sure your business this and business that, but business kind of slows up a lot of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The
natural momentum, the natural inertia. The street is begging for it, and they're like, nah.
The streets are begging.
We gotta wait 3 more weeks to do this X, Y, and Z. Then we gotta get DJ so and so to put it out on and I'm not knocking that because I deal with the labels. I deal with.
But check it out though. But it's like the labels got to pay bills too.
Right.
You know what I mean? So if an artist don't do what they projected that artist to do and they put money in it, they done lost money. You know what I mean? So they got to regroup, and during the regroup, you know what I'm saying, somebody might suffer doing that part. You know what I mean? So I don't think it's nothing personal. Just like with our record label, with LaFace, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing personal Goodie Mob. We just want to take this guy out of the group, and we want to get this guy. You know what I mean? So we don't.
Are you talking about like okay, I hear what you're saying. Like, you know, like the Black Eyed Peas, they didn't have Fergie, and the label was like, we need something to sell this.
Right.
I'm not saying that's what they said. I wasn't in the room, but I think we all could look at that and go, okay, Fergie.
It makes sense.
All right, we see what y'all did. They try to do that to y'all? I mean, I don't know.
No. I was just saying it's like but see, like when you like CeeLo, he's real talented. You know what I mean? He could do multiple things.
Absolutely.
So the record label,
amazing. He's amazing. Rapper,
hindsight
singer.
20, everything. Hindsight 2020. I look back now, that was an investment for the record label to say, okay, well, let's keep him and let's keep him. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's nothing personal with the other 2 guys. It's just that it's just business. You know what I mean?
So this happens.
But being young, that shit don't look like business when you're young. That shit just look like, well, damn, we on a roll with 3 albums. You know what I'm saying? All we gotta do is drop 1 more. That'll damn near certify us damn near. You feel what I'm saying? So we had 3 different type of vibe albums: a soul food, a still standing album, then a world party album, which was a different album from any album. So at that time, the record label was like, well, you know, your fans want to see this and your fans want to hear that, but that's not always true. You feel what I'm saying? But like I said, you got to go through that shit to come out on this end of it. So you won't be, so when you do interviews, you won't be bitter with like, man, you know, this shit is, you know what I'm saying? That ain't what it's all about. You know what I mean?
You learned a lot though. I assume that you learned a lot. So now, like,
of course.
I feel like it's almost like in my mind, it's almost like somebody who owns a Domino's, you know what I'm saying? And they making the pies the way Domino said, you gotta put this much cheese, you gotta
Right.
and then you get to open your own pizza shop and you're like, this is how I'm gonna
Oh
make my
man,
pies. You
you
feel what I'm
start making
saying?
the audibles and swapping. Yeah, you start calling
Yeah.
audibles on that ass. Yeah.
So what did you learn? What did you learn that has helped you in the independent game? Like what have you learned in the independent game that really has helped you to this point?
Well, man, I learned a lot from Daz Dillinger, man.
Shout out
Daz
to Daz,
Dillinger,
man.
yeah,
Legend.
man, I learned a lot from that legend, man, because he just put that fire behind my ass. Like, Joe, I mean, your fans want to hear you. Your fans. You got Goodie Mob fans all day, but you
Right.
got some diehard fans that fuck with you. They want to fuck with you. You just got the supply of.
You're not
You know what I
giving them
mean?
nothing. You're not giving
I
them
wasn't
nothing.
giving
Yeah.
them nothing. I wasn't giving them nothing, man. I wasn't giving them enough. We hadn't given them enough. Goodie Mob, I don't think we've given them enough. You know what I mean? We didn't.
Yeah.
It was like we just didn't give them enough. You know what I'm saying? So right now, at a experienced age, right now, I should be able to give my fans a little bit more. Like the two albums that I dropped this year, the K Files Volume 1 and K Files Volume 2. You know what I mean?
I'm
So
not even going
I,
front. I haven't heard them. I haven't heard. I heard two, three
that's a good.
songs. But
That's a good
I'm gonna
thing,
go peep
man.
it.
Oh man, no, it's some real progressive shit, man, that I fucked around and stumbled on. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my one of my producers, man, Kojak, man, kept me going, man, sending me some heat, man. Like I'm like, damn, I've been always want to rap on some shit like that, man. Thank you, you know what I mean? And man, my homeboy Dr. Dollar, you know what I'm saying, Dr. Freakington, you know what I'm saying? I mean, if I had
Word.
mentioned y'all names, man, you
Are
know,
they from all over or where are those guys from?
they're from all over. Yeah, Kojak, I want to say Kojak is in Texas.
Okay.
And I want to say Dr. Freakington, he's up north in PA.
Word.
Dr. Dollar is down here and well, he was down here in Atlanta for a minute. You know what I mean? So, you know what I'm saying? Just shout out, man, to the producers that's still out there doing that shit, man. They still got the love for it.
That's dope. Did you get to go back and double back? Because like when you start traveling and touring, you hit these cities, there's tons of artists and producers coming at you. Hey, right? Did you get to go back after you got off the label and go, man, I want to go hook up with this cat I met here and there? Is that how you met some people?
Yeah, some of those people, man, like that when we did our Age Against the Machine album, Goodie Mob, I think like 2012, we definitely bumped into some producers and got them to come in to lay some tracks. Like Dr. Freakington was one of those, you know what I mean? But
Okay.
coming up and doing all those albums, Organized Noise was doing the music. And at that time, it wasn't really producers like that. It was like more MCs trying to kind of get on. You know what I'm saying? Whether before it was like kind of like DJs trying to do their thing. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
it's like right now and recently, I've been getting artists coming to me because I put out a volume 1 and volume 2. It's called like Feed the Lions, where I put a song on the album, and I also get independent artists
Yeah,
to
mix.
put a
It's like a
song on the
mixtape.
album too,
Yeah.
like a mixtape. You know what I mean? So man, I do that too, man. So you know what
So
I'm
you
saying? Big up
dropped
to
one.
all.
You're saying you dropped a couple mixtapes
Yeah,
this year. What were
I
they called?
dropped two of them. Feed the Lions, volume 1 and volume 2.
Where were those at? Where did you drop them? Like live
You can
mixtapes?
get no, you can get them on. Actually, I dropped those as like albums. You
So
can
they
get them
street
on.
albums. They street albums.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
You can
Okay.
get them online,
That's dope.
Spotify.
So they're on all the
Yeah,
streaming services.
yeah. YouTube. You can go
Nice.
to YouTube and check them out. So yeah.
Who was one of the artists that stood out to you on those that you found through the process?
Well, there's one brother. His name is DJ Piper,
Okay.
and he's on the song. Man, he's multi-talented. Man, the brother sings. The brother plays instruments. The brother can put songs together. You know what I mean? What's my other brother name
DJ
on this
Piper. That's
thing?
what's up. We gonna check it out.
Yeah,
Feed the
yeah.
lions,
Check them
y'all.
out, man. Yeah, Feed the Lions, Volume 1 and Volume 2. Matter of fact, Volume 3. I got 3 volumes out. So I just recently put out a little notice that I'm getting ready to do a volume 4, man, because I just like to stay tapped in with what the independent artists is doing, man, what the streets doing.
Real shit. It's crazy to see the world kind of like start to embrace that idea with the independent artists. Cause I remember going to Tech Nine concert 2001, something like that, when he was trying to
Oh man, shout out to
break that
Take
shit in.
Nine, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
That guy there,
Absolutely.
bro.
Strange music. They did a
Right.
lot for the independent lane. What I was gonna ask you is, you know, after you got a little money, like you know, as fans, I think fans have a misconception of not only how much money you get, but what you could do with that money. When you got money, did you immediately like put a studio in the crib, or like when did you get your first studio? How long ago was that?
Well, I'm in my studio now, man.
No, I see that. I see that. That's what I'm asking.
I had a guy, man. He's not here anymore, man. I'm trying. His name is Paulie. Well, Paulie is the guy. His father, the one that came into the house and did everything to it. Now, Paulie is a part of the sniper unit that's from the East Point. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
So they were, matter of fact, Lucky Calhoun is a part of that group, the sniper unit.
Okay.
And Lucky Calhoun did the remix. He did the Dirty South remix
I remember
with
that.
Mystica on there.
Yeah.
So that's how we connect with that. But yeah, once I had a look, because I had a family too, man. So it
Of
wasn't like I
course.
could go out and splurge and get
Yeah,
jewelry.
of course. Of course.
The most I like to fuck with was something that's real, like maybe like a gold teeth and maybe a watch and all that. But man, once I had got like a little money, because when we signed our deal with the Face, they weren't breaking. We weren't getting $1 million deals back then.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? When $1 million deals was unheard of.
Right.
You know what I mean? We
It was
barely
before the
even,
wave. It was
man.
before
I
the
mean,
wave. Yeah.
before the internet, before all the wave. You know what I mean? So we definitely got down in the trenches and really got out there and really touched the people to be able to say that. You know what I mean? We've been in the game 26, 27 years.
Yeah. And you
You
get
know what I
money off a
mean?
lot of other things too that's not necessarily the music. Have you
Well, that
seen the
part too.
streaming
That part too.
right.
That part too. I forgot to say that. Yeah, like one thing LaFace did make sure it was that our publishing and shit was set up correctly. You know what I mean? Make sure
That's
that we
dope.
was a part of BMI or ASCAP.
Right.
So until this day, we still get paid because we never sold our publishing.
Right. So,
Goodie Mob
have
never
you
sold our
seen an
publishing.
increase? Because they say that like over the last like through the years of COVID, right? That
Right.
catalog artists have increased because people are at home, they're listening to music. Have you guys seen an increase on y'all side?
I've seen an increase in streaming. Yes, I have. I
That's
have.
dope.
The good thing now that they provided is a artist part of Spotify where you can register with
Spotify for
that shit.
artists.
Spotify for artists,
No
correct. And
doubt.
you could go on there and that shit will show you from
Exactly who's listening.
exactly the last
What
7
playlist it
days,
was, where they came from. Yeah.
man.
Real shit.
And it's so hard because it's one song that we just did in 2020 called
Really?
No Cigar with 3,000 on there, man. That shit is sitting up there with some of our legendary shit, man.
That's crazy, right?
I mean,
But that means
man,
you
it
getting
is
new
stupid.
fans though. So like
Exactly,
I
exactly.
support what you're doing, like putting out the music, because that's really the key to it. Is these young people ain't gonna hear you if you don't got nothing new. It doesn't matter. Some of
Right.
them like old
I
school West
understand.
Coast
Yeah.
style or
Right.
Dirty South
Right.
style, and they go, man.
Right.
Because the thing about it is if you're from an era, right?
Right.
No one could make music like that
Right.
that wasn't from there. So the
Right.
cats like you don't make the music. That new versions of that type of music are not available. You feel what I'm saying?
Right. Right. That's
Because
right.
young kids
Right.
could try to make it, but it won't sound the same because the delivery is different. The type of beat they choose is, you know what I'm saying?
Just like if we try to duplicate, which is
What
like
they doing?
what they doing, and
Exactly.
it's been done.
There's some guys who could transcend that. You know what I'm saying?
It's
But
been
I'm a
done.
firm believer that you should just cater to you, cater your style.
Right.
Do what's
Right.
good for you,
Right.
because there are fans in the world that know who you are, and they're gonna go,
Right.
"Oh, Khujo Goodie, I'm in.
Right.
What does he got?" You know what I'm saying?
Now, Now I know this young cat, man. He does a show called. It's almost like a dig it or dish it type show.
Word,
So
word.
it's,
Yeah.
it's like where you sit $20 in and you can jump the line. You know what I mean?
There's a
So
lot of those. Yeah. What's his name?
yeah, True Wealth.
Shout out to him.
True Wealth. Shout out to True Wealth, man, because he shot the video for me for my Still In Me video. So he shot the Still In Me video. But I played my new single, and they some young cats, young ears, and they love this song. But there's one
Word.
thing they said. They said, man, I want to hear you on some of this new shit, on some
Right.
of this new music. And I like, you know what? I want to get on some of it. You know what I mean? So he sent me a pack. You feel me?
That's
Sent me a
dope.
pack about like 20 songs. So I'm on that shit like now. You know what I
Right.
mean? But still with the 90s flavor, which I know, and still taking a little bit from what's going on now and just make it into what we do. That's what Goodie Mob is all about. I take that
Right.
shit from here, here, here. I make me some goodies.
Yeah. That's dope because it's gonna have your special spin. It's funny because I don't know if you do, but I'm gonna ask you a question. See, I cook a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I try a lot of different things, different types of stuff I
Okay.
never cook, read a recipe, whatever. Do you cook yourself at
I
all?
do.
What's
I
your
cook
favorite thing to
some.
cook?
My favorite thing to cook, man, it's gotta be I love to fry fish, man.
Yeah. What kind of
I
fish
love to
what kind
fry.
of fish you picking?
I do like my wife loves flounder, so I had to get
Okay.
flounder, and
That's
then I do like some whiting, man. Oh
all
man,
right.
it is. So I be experimenting a little bit with the batter, the seasoning to put in the batter, and all that type of stuff. I might even call my mom over and say, "Mama,
Facts.
I'm about to put some fish on, so you know what I
Facts.
mean.
Give
She'll
me the
give me some of
secrets.
give me the secret, boss." So
That's what's up.
yeah, man, yeah, that's my. I like the grill too. I like the barbecue for the
I
fam. I
swear,
love to do that.
my wife is like, this will make up any reason to grill. I'm like, shit. It's warm out, some
Hey, you
propane
one
in
of them?
there.
Will you grill in the rain?
Not the rain, but so you can't grill in the rain. You can't keep grilling in the rain. That's crazy. Unless it's encompassed, like enclosed. You
Right,
got
right, right,
enclosed joints, and yeah,
right,
that'll be
right,
hot.
right, right, right. For sure.
So I want to ask you a question because you know, music comes in waves, right? Like I feel you
True
as an
that.
MC, I feel like can attest to this. But there was a time like late 90s, early 2000s where it got to like peak lyrical. You had to be stupid
Right,
lyrical to come out. And then
right.
the 2000s softened that up to where we was lean with it. You know what I'm saying? It was like, you know, it's got a little bit more artistic now with Future, with the way they using the stuff. Who are some of your favorite MCs that are newer? You know what I'm saying?
That new.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to keep it 1K, man. I like a lot of what the new artists are coming out of Atlanta doing. You know, so I like Lil Baby. I like
Right.
his flow, man. I like some of the shit that he talk about. I especially like the way he chimed in during the pandemic. You know, so it sounded like he might have been one of the only new wave artists that kind of was taking the pulse of the streets and just kind of
Addressing
sacrifice.
things.
Right, sacrifice what he usually talk about and did that. And I think that makes a great. That's one of the characteristics of a great artist that can go back and forth like that. Because like with Goodie Mob, it's like we did a song called Cell Therapy, and a lot of people after
Yeah.
that be looking for us to say
Classic.
something. Like they be wanting us to say something, you know what I'm saying? But we still
Yeah.
got to be entertaining and be jamming at the same time and finesse that shit. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I
I
think that
mean,
he one of the guys that can do that. And I like Earth Gang. Earth Gang is fire. They
okay,
kind of
that's what's
like
up, Earth Gang.
they kind of remind me of a Dungeon Family, two
Yeah.
Dungeon
Yeah,
families.
they
You know
got a
what I
lot of
mean?
different members and pockets, kind of
Right.
they kind of remind me of the ASAP mob. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Oh, ASAP Mob. Oh, you talking about Ferg and all them?
Yeah, they kind of remind me of
Oh,
that a little bit.
yeah, for
Just the
sure.
way
For
they're kind
sure.
of
I like
broken up, but together, you know what I'm saying?
true
But
that. True that.
I
True
think
that.
I think that Earth Gang are a point to what you were talking about earlier. In the 90s, they had groups that came together. You know what I'm saying? That were
Right.
together, like hey, Goodie Mob, these are friends together. Outcast, these are people.
Right.
The labels
Right. Right.
through politicking and stuff have, themselves attempted to put groups together before. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
But
Right.
I think these young kids understand their individual branding, right? But
Mm.
collective branding.
Right.
That's what we see with the ASAP Mob or YBN or Earth Gang. You know what I'm saying? Is that
Right.
our kids were like, hey, wait, okay, I see, but I still need to be me. You know what I'm saying? They had a
Right. I
little
think
bit,
they understand it. I think they understand branding a
right,
lot more than what we understood branding was. I mean, like
right.
Snoop was
It's
already
different.
on
It's
that branding
different.
shit.
It's different branding.
Right.
We was like,
Right.
oh, we got to go get signed. They're like, nah, you
Right.
just got to be the brand and then still have the
Right.
crew. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, they're on a whole different wave now,
Yeah,
man.
because there's a lot of those groups. I couldn't name all the alphabet groups that are out there that
Right.
do y'all thing. I'm not hating them. You know,
Oh
I got some in
no.
my city. You know, FUPs
Right.
and so
Hey.
I'm not mad at that because they understand that that's how I get some money, right?
Well, you just gotta think long term. Like, okay, do you want to be in this for a long time? Okay,
Right.
yes. Okay, you do. Okay. Now, when you get older, do you want to be singing a song like this, or do you want to be associated with some dumb shit? That's the abbreviation of some dumb shit. You see what I'm
Right.
getting at?
Absolutely.
Like
It's
the
what we
the Goodie
started with.
Mob was, yeah, the Goodie Mob was like the good die mostly over bullshit. You take one,
Right.
oh, God is in every man of blackness. So we at least had something to go with it. You know what I mean? So if we got in front of some cameras, now what's your name mean? Oh shit, my name mean I just kill motherfuckers all day. You know,
Right.
just the abbreviation. You know what I'm saying? I fuck hoes all day.
Right.
I'm a bad bitch. I rob. That's the abbreviation. No, you're gonna get in front of the camera and represent the culture that we in, you know what I'm saying? Because it's already got a black eye, you know what I mean? So
Absolutely.
many young brothers and sisters is dying that happen to be in the culture right now. You know what I mean? And shit, it's already got a black eye.
Absolutely. For
You know what I
real.
mean? So let's
Yeah.
contribute to the longevity of it, man, if we can.
I think that wisdom is something that's super important that we pass on to our kids and we spread up with our community as you go up in the game, as you get money. So like, you know, like you earlier were saying, Lil Baby is one of the people that talked during COVID and was trying to give that wisdom, right?
Right.
Um,
It's a couple of things that stood out to me a little bit. I mean, there's plenty of others out there,
well, this is
but
what I
it
was
just
gonna
happened
ask
to
you. This is what I was gonna
right.
ask you. If you could talk to your younger self or you could talk to the
Ooh.
young generation, what's a couple
Mm.
of things that you learned about as you got money that you wish you had paid more attention to earlier? You know what I'm saying?
Well, like I said, I'm not still in the position to say I'm a millionaire. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm still striving. You know what I mean? I'm still striving and still trying to progress. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? But
right,
my thing would be, man, if you are a young artist and you have some type of success in the music industry, and I'm pretty sure if you got some type of success, you got somebody that's there looking out for you. You know what I mean? Out for your well being. Man, I would say, man, invest, man, invest in as much as you can, man. You know what I mean? I wish I had to invest in real estate, but you got to have number one good credit to do that. You feel me? And you got to have
thanks.
somebody that's gonna come in and sit down and teach you how to do that. You feel what I'm saying? So, but
Absolutely.
coming out when we came out, I wasn't thinking about getting real estate and you know what I'm saying. We trying to get on.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? We trying to put a flag up for Atlanta, Georgia. But like I said, the good thing about it is that the music that we made is standing the test of
It's
time. We still could do a
timeless.
song. We still could do a song like Soul Food, man,
Yeah.
all goddamn day.
It's
I'm talking
timeless.
about
You took the
right.
timeless route, not what's hot. You know what I'm saying?
I took the time is right. And I was I
Yeah.
like that. I like that.
Facts.
I might have to use that
No doubt.
one.
I mean, this is facts, man. What you were saying earlier is a testament to that because what we started talking about at first was the difference between independent
Right,
and
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 major
major
record
label,
labels.
and you said creativity, right?
Right.
But
That's one of them.
but right when you're independent, you have a choice because you get to choose what you're gonna make. Some people are independent; they go, "This is what's hot right now: mumble rap or auto tune rap, whatever they want to choose." They go, "I'm gonna try to make these kind of joints." But if those
Mm.
things don't go off, when that wave is gone, you gone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
you had to
Yeah.
make what's true to yourself. And I think that's why people
Facts.
vibed with Goodie Mob because it was y'all. It wasn't You know what I'm saying? Even
Right.
if it was on
Right.
industry beats, y'all was hungry.
Mhm.
You feel me?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
What is the song you're pushing right now? What you got right
Yeah.
now?
We are right now, man. I got a song that produced by Cavi for the Secret Specialist. The name of the song is called Bills.
Build,
Billis, Bills.
build. Okay,
And it's a song that's it's taking the pulse of what's going on. You know what I mean? It's me not turning a blind ear or a blind eye on what's going on right now. You know what I mean? I done made trappy songs, you know what I'm saying? I done made turned up songs and all that, but this particular song right now, man, I think it's gonna resonate with not only the Goodie Mob fans, but people that can understand what we're going through as far as right now, man. Because everybody right now is doing what they're doing to pay bills right now. I don't give a damn how rich you are. You
right.
still gonna have to pay. You're gonna have to pay something.
More
You're
money,
gonna have to
more
pay a
bills.
bill. Hell yeah, that what Biggie say. More money, more problems, man.
Right.
So I just did just put some little
So
realism in the
build.
song.
That's what we on.
Bills like Bills, Bills
Yeah, I
like
got
Buffalo
you.
Bills.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bills.
yeah. Oh, okay,
Oh,
okay, okay. I thought you
yeah.
said build.
Nah, bills. Yeah, for real. We
Yeah,
on builds.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so so
So
so what I was gonna ask you is, dang, I lost it. Okay, so what I was gonna say is, you you obviously then had a studio and access for a long time. Um, how much music do you have saved that is not released? You know what I'm saying?
how much music do I have saved that's not
Like,
released?
do you got vault? Do you got like old stuff that you guys recorded, never put out? Did you start
Um,
recording, or are you
yeah,
putting
we
out
got.
everything you're recording right now?
I hadn't put out everything I recorded right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sit back and say, "Oh, I got shit loads of
Some
songs."
people do, man. You wouldn't believe it.
I
You ask
know.
someone that, and they're like, "I got a song with so,"
Nah.
or you got a joint that you're like, "Hey, me and so made this a long time
Right,
ago. I got this one."
right,
You know,
right,
it's
right,
always
right.
different.
No, definitely got some song. Organized Noise definitely got some songs that Goodie Mob had some unreleased songs. And right now I think I might have maybe two LPs of songs that I hadn't released right now. I'm thinking about when I want to release them. I do want to release an album, one more EP this year. I was thinking about releasing two more this year, but I think I want to do maybe one and just pull a single off of there and focus on that, or maybe just drop singles every quarter. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I want to be able to have a visual with it also. That's been an important part that I want to make sure that I have. You know what I'm saying? Same with the audio too, man. So got to have that visual part to it too, man.
No doubt. Khujo Goodie, the single is called Bills. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Right
yes,
now.
sir.
DJs go grab that. Everybody go stream it. We appreciate your time, bro. And we can't wait to
Anytime.
hear more music from you.
Anytime, bro. Anytime. Can't wait to come back up there to Colorado, man. Definitely got some unfinished business up there, man.
Facts.